Este é um crânio igual ao crânio de qualquer motociclista. E este é um capacete igual ao capacete de qualquer motociclista. E este é um acidente igual a qualquer acidente. Como vê, mais vale cumprir o código.
To rub out the risk of AIDS, use this rubber.
Your old appliances know they can have a new life. Help them get to an electronic recycling bin.
There are 5 things you should say to a man who doesn't want to use a condom. No. Come on, you won't feel the difference. You're being selfish. Sorry, I don't know who you've been with. And finally, I can never seem to remember this one.
As the body forgets, fear vanishes and dreams come back. Wounds, first they heal, leaving but a scar. And eventually, even scars disappear. Because with each hit, I knew someone was lighting another candle. With each sleepless hour, I could hear the comfort of pens against the paper. With each scream, the voice of those screaming for me resounded in my chest. And when I felt hope dying on me, I fought to stay alive. Because my freedom hadn't just a name. It had hundreds. Thousands. Skin, what matters remains. Not the scars of what happened, but the marks left by those that, even at a distance, kept me alive by signing my freedom. Those are with and in me, skin deep, forever.
Feio é fumar, tu não comeces. 17 de novembro comemora mais um Dia Nacional do Não Fumador.
We all want what's best for our children. Before they're born, we don't know what to expect. We read books, watch videos, ask friends. Even when they are not our first ones, there's always something new. That nervous feeling never seems to go away. How will it be? There is always something new to learn, always something different, always something unexpected. Everyone around us seems to have something to say, an opinion to share. They tell us so many things, like they know you. But they don't, do they? They tell us you are going to be different. But aren't all children? They tell us you're going to be stubborn, but they don't say you will always be the last one to give up. They tell us it sometimes might be difficult for you to make friends, but who wouldn't want a friend like you? They tell us you'll be a slow learner, but they don't say how fast you will teach us about life. They tell us you won't get far, but they don't say where you are able to take us. They tell us your arms will be weaker, but they don't say your hugs will be the best ever. They tell us your heart will be flawed, but then how are you able to love so much? What no one tells us is that you are the best in the world, being who you are. What we say is that the world is better with you.
Your old appliances know they can have a new life. Help them get to an electronic recycling bin.
Feio é fumar, tu não comeces. 17 de novembro comemora mais um Dia Nacional do Não Fumador.
I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another, but we have lost the way. We think too much and feel too little. Our cleverness has barricaded the world with hate. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die. And the power they took from the people will return to the people. Don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who treat you like cattle. You are not cattle, you are men. Don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. You, the people, have the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life a wonderful adventure. Let us use that power. Let us all unite.
Feio é fumar. Tu não comeces. 17 de novembro comemora mais um Dia Nacional do Não Fumador.
Lembras-te do dia em que ela chegou? Pequenina, uma graça. Ela passou horas ao seu colo a ver televisão. Ela fez parte da sua vida. Até que um dia o seu coraçãozinho parou. Mas você não tem que se culpar. Tentou reanimá-la, fez tudo o que podia por ela. Agora sabe que está na hora de a deixar partir. Custa, mas você sabe que é melhor assim.
Não faça criação de pilhas velhas em casa. Pilhas é no pilhão.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to
The problem is not animals living like people, but so many people living like animals. Amnesty International, join us.
Women are suffering more and more from heartache. Unfortunately, love is not the only reason. The number of women with heart diseases has increased in the last few years. We hope this message will reach your heart.
Malcriada, mimada, bebezona, birrenta, chorona. Quando não é acompanhado, o autismo tem muitos nomes. Ajuda Capiti com 0,5% do IRS. Ajude a saúde mental infantil. Capiti, crescer para o mundo.
These photos of Albertina exist thanks to organizations like the Political Police. These ones thanks to organizations like Amnesty International.
No combate à droga, estas pessoas estão a utilizar a mais eficaz das armas, a carteira. Acerta em cheio na luta contra a droga. Compre produtos e serviços com o símbolo da Fundação Viver. Fundação Viver. Contra a intolerância e a droga.
In recent years, the number of people living on the streets rose sharply. But we walk by them and we don't really notice anymore. They vanished from our radar and from society. The issue then was, how do we call attention again to these people and CAIS's role in helping them? To look for someone when they disappear, nothing is better than a missing person poster. However, instead of using it to find someone missing, we showed people that have returned to society thanks to the support from CAIS. To help CAIS is to make more people reappear. And we put up hundreds of signs to prove it. A phone number enabled people to make a donation. Following a link, we could learn the true stories behind the faces. Results? We got people talking about our campaign in all major media, achieving a PR value over 1 million euros. Our donation line had a monthly increase of over 11,000%. Access to CAIS donation page grew by 60%. CAIS magazine sales jumped from 12 to 15,000 numbers sold. And to help CAIS, everything counts.
Sabes como se faz os Pokémons? Sei. Raichu. Raichu e Pichu. A emoção do Raichu é o Pichu. O Pidgeotto, o Tentacool, o Mou, a Magikarp, a Caterpie e o Onix. Eu acho. E às vezes o Gary também é amigo. Nem sempre. Aiticudnos, Zaptos, Totodarem. Sabes qual foi o segundo Pokémon do Chico? Charmander. Raichu, Pikachu, Lugia. Os maus é o Team Rocket e o chefe do Team Rocket foi a cortante e corda. E também os Squirtle, bolhas e água. E também o Charmander.
I like you very much. I think you're great. Why is it that when I feel your touch, my heart starts to beat the band? I like you to hold me tight. You are too divine. If you want to be in someone's arms tonight, just be sure the answer in your mind.
Você não é de ferro para aguentar a solidão sozinho. SOS Solidão. Falar ajuda.
One out of 5 people in the world suffer from a mental disease. But think, in a job interview, you might confess you're allergic, but would you say you're bipolar? Mental disease is everywhere. Discrimination is everywhere. Shouldn't our fight be everywhere too? Encontras is a Portuguese association dedicated to promote mental health, and we thought they needed help to spread the word. That's why we created the Guerrilla Art Book Against Mental Illness Discrimination. Instead of producing a boring brochure explaining the problem, we invited kids to use some stickers to spread the message and to photograph their guerrilla interventions. Each page has a different idea and a different sticker, an example of how to use it, and scientific information. A website was created to show all these interventions. The results speak for themselves. In this first month, we had thousands of visitors, hundreds of photos were uploaded, and we had a visible impact of the campaign on the streets. These results made us believe that we can stop discrimination, and one day everything will be different. We'd like you to stick to this idea.
Você precisa de saber que o álcool está na origem da maioria dos acidentes de aviação. Você precisa de saber porque é verdade. pequena quantidade de álcool leva a cometer erros de condução. A qualquer momento...
Did you know that dog fur is identical to fox fur if the dogs are skinned alive, which happens to thousands of animals after being paralysed by anal or genital electrocution? Or that in many countries, 30 cats drowned with hose pipes down their throats are enough to produce one mink coat? Chinchillas, on the other hand, are hand-choked and then skinned while still alive, for coats, bags, gloves and boots. Moral of the story? None.
No início, eu achava que ele estava chateado comigo. Deixámos de brincar, não me falava, deixou-me sozinho. Eu via-o sempre triste e estranho, até que um dia vi tudo. e percebi o motivo de tanta tristeza. Eu quis pedir ajuda, mas tive que lhe prometer que não contava a ninguém.
O leite ajuda a combater a osteoporose.
Step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
To send a new signal of openness to the world by tearing down that wall.
Sabemos de meninos que vão para a escola. Sabemos de meninos que vão para o trabalho. Sabemos de meninos que tocam piano. Sabemos de meninos que precisam de ajuda. Sabemos de meninos de rostos parados. Sabemos de meninos sós. Também sabemos de meninos felizes. Instituto de Apoio à Criança. Desde 1983, na defesa e promoção dos direitos das crianças.
Quando uma relação termina, há coisas difíceis de dizer. Mas o mais difícil é não poder dizê-lo de todo. A mensagem da Maria não chegou ao perfil falso que lhe roubou todo o dinheiro e amor. Mas ela ainda pode ter a última palavra. Se foi vítima de uma burla romântica online, fale com a PAV.
Hospedeira, arranje-me outro lugar.
Minha senhora, a classe económica está lotada.
Desculpe, eu não vou viajar ao lado do negro. Faça qualquer coisa.
Eu vou falar com o comandante. O comandante manda dizer que conseguimos arranjar lugar na primeira classe. E pede imensas desculpas. Realmente é inconcebível um passageiro viajar ao lado de uma pessoa tão desprezível. O senhor acompanhe, por favor?
This is our lovely dance, lovely grow. Take it slow. Cross the one that I have lost. Let him show. Take it slow. You should feel like us. You should feel like us. Us, you should feel like us. You should feel like us. You should feel.
situações de abuso.
Somos as mãos que apoiam. Ajuda a PAV a estar presente. Está nas suas mãos. Faça o seu donativo.
You said to trust you never hurt me. Now I'm disgusted to see adjusted. Certainly you fooled me, ridiculed me, left me hanging. Now shit's boomeranging right back at you. Big long range, narrow-minded, left me blinded. I co-signed it, shit backfired, but I'm bouncing back. I grind it, now many would bear the pressure. You comprehend me, you want to end me, you offend me. It's trauma, feel the trauma, come with me.
As mesmas linhas servem para educar as nossas crianças. Podem servir para separá-las dos direitos humanos. Português, matemática e direitos humanos. Matérias obrigatórias.
Paulo. Manuel, não. Frederico. Rodolfo. Bernardo, seu parvo, o que estás a fazer aqui?
Beijar um rapaz que fuma é como lamber um cinzeiro. Não fume e proteja a saúde da sua vida amorosa.
Vos crema tan de amor, sufocante que estoy, ya nunca puedo más sin vos. Nada más para mí.
For lack of healthcare, for many women in poor countries, pregnancy is a death sentence. Don't let the world leaders forget it.
There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far over land and sea. A little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing is just to love and be loved in return.
Every year in Portugal, the equivalent of a plane full of children are killed due to excess speed on Portuguese roads. This year, help us avoid a tragedy. Reduce speed. A word of advice from the Ministry of Internal Administration and Galp Energia.
Sirvan las copas, pues, para ahogar esta traición chiquitita. Sirvan las copas, pues, para ahogar esta traición chiquitita. Sirvan las copas, pues, para ahogar esta traición chiquitita.
Na alegria e na tristeza, na saúde e na doença, até que a morte nos separe.
Pode beijar a noiva.
A violência doméstica não tem que ser para sempre. Fala agora.
Это я, гражданин с правами и обязанностями. Это я, уважаемый учитель. Это я, муж и отец двоих детей.
There's no greater violence than taking the lives of those who are still alive.
Você ama. Você cuida. Você dá. Você tira. Num choque frontal a 50 km por hora, um passageiro de 30 kg passa a pesar 1 tonelada e a cuspir à mesma velocidade. Quando chega ao chão, já vai morto. Prenda-o à vida. Use o cinto. Paz na estrada. O plano para salvar vidas.
Pim, pam, pum, cada mina mata um. Lá em cima do piano está um copo com veneno. Quem bebeu morreu. Pim, pam, pum, cada mina mata um. Lá em cima do piano está um copo com veneno. Quem bebeu morreu.
Every day, the children in Angola are forced to play a game that is no fun at all. The first to find a hidden landmine loses a leg, an arm, or even their own lives. Help these children through the Red Cross.
Isto agora entra aqui tudo. Vai para a tua terra, pá. Então, Manel, tudo bem? É o costume. Sim, senhor. Olha, mestre. Basta olhar para ela e ver-se logo que tem ar de ser mais uma histérica. E mal casada. Mulheres à frente das tropas, Manel.
Tropas? Isso, tropas era nas colónias.
Havemos de ir longe, havemos.
Se tivessem cuidado com os refugiados.
Uma cambada. Está aí tudo a viver à conta do Estado. Olha, vai para aquilo, só faltava mais estes também. Um nojo, meu. Manel, desliga aquilo, meu. Senão ainda me está mal o prego.
To
Deve ser alguma coisa grave. Primeiro esses arrepios, agora este suor. Como é que pode ser tudo a tua cabeça? Eles estão a esconder-te alguma coisa. Será um cancro? Deve estar mesmo mal. Porquê é que não descobrem o que tu tens? Vais morrer, amigo. A tua hora está a chegar.
A perturbação de pânico é uma doença para a qual há tratamento. Fale com o seu médico.
Para muitas crianças, certas brincadeiras são um caso sério.
A noite estava escura e não tinha luar. Ouvimos lá ao longe o lobo a uivar.
Ninguém pode ficar de olhos fechados face a estes abusos. Direitos da criança, para respeitar, sem brincadeiras.
Olha, olha, a gata borralheira está a pensar a sair. Há alguma festa de anormais hoje à noite? Até falar com uma parede é mais divertido do que contigo. Sempre a chorar pelos cantos. Achas-te boa companhia para alguém? Não tens conversa, não tens ponta por onde se pega. Fechada em casa é que tu estás bem. Faz um favor a toda a gente. Vai dormir.
A depressão é uma doença para a qual há tratamento. Fala com o teu médico.
Stop.
deixar-me aqui!
Senta-te aí!
Tu não és assim! Não. Vai!
For years, the East Timorese people lit candles in memory of all those who fought for independence. Thanks to them, East Timor can now celebrate the birth of a nation hoping to have many, many years of peace and joy. Come and celebrate with us.
These are ancient traditions, pursued by our great-great-grandfathers. They form part of our cultural heritage, our customs. If we give them up, we would be disowning our past, our history. Besides, those who don't like these customs can always look the other way, but please respect the fans. We're not going to deprive people who enjoy this tradition just because others disagree with it or consider it to be barbaric. Bullfights. Don't watch. Don't kill.
Eu adoro as minhas aulas de violino.
A minha cor preferida é o rosa.
Quando eu for grande, quero ser um advogado muito importante.
O meu sonho é casar e ter filhos.
Tu tens a tua própria voz e tens liberdade de pensamento e expressão. Informa-te sobre os direitos da criança. Liga 21 387 45.
Só existe um lugar onde a Amnistia Internacional apoia este tipo de violência. Aqui, dia 10 de dezembro, 10% das receitas de vários cinemas vai para a Amnistia Internacional. Vá ao cinema e contribua.
When you first
you want. Now you can hardly stand it though. By now you know it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop till you wise up. You're sure there's a cure, and you have finally found it. You think one drink shrink you to your underground and living down, but it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to.
To my mother, I leave a tidy room and an empty table. To my grandfather, I leave a team minus one fan. And to my father, one less chance of becoming a grandpa. To my brother, I leave a huge hug for his graduation day. To my sister, I leave a diary with some blank pages. To my friends, I leave one less friend. To my girlfriend, I leave an apology. And to you, I leave a word of advice. Use a condom.
Estás aí, Johnny? Estou a falar contigo, não finges que não me estás a ouvir. Porra, meu, não consegues fazer nada de jeito para variar? És um fraco, um inútil e um incompetente. Estás a ouvir, Johnny? Está tudo a rir-se de ti. 30 anos e o que é que conseguiste? Ser um fardo para toda a gente. Falhados como tu não valem nada.
A esquizofrenia é uma doença para a qual há tratamento. Fala com o teu médico.
Alcohol ruins the lives of those who don't even drink. Drink with moderation.
Some men at a nearby table entered into an argument, and the actions of one of those men was to pull a gun and fire it continuously with no concern for who or what was around them. And the result of that action was the death of his intended victim, the wounding of 2 other men, and the death of my son Alistair, who was asleep in his pram at the time. And Alistair was 2.5 years old.
In March 2013, diplomats gathered at the United Nations to discuss the Arms Trade Treaty. Control Arms, a coalition of more than 100 NGOs, needed an attention-grabbing idea to help the cause. The exhibition that shouldn't exist. Among ordinary artwork, we placed 3 specially made paintings, each one with a singular red pattern that looked like abstract art. But when its description was read, young girl, victim of a stray bullet, blood on canvas, Smith & Wesson .38 revolver. Below each description there was a QR code with a video showing how the painting was done. Each painting had a different story and weapon, portraying a violent reality that many don't see. The exhibition that shouldn't exist began in Lisbon, where the ballistics tests happened. Then it moved to New York to be strategically displayed in places where UN diplomats were. The exhibition also has an online version, so others can have the same experience. In addition to the repercussion, through controlarms.org/takeaction, the cause reached 143% of its goal on Thunderclap. And last but not least, Control Arms could contribute so UN diplomats approved the Arms Trade Treaty on April the 2nd. Now, governments have to ratify it, and the exhibition will keep on moving to pursue its implementation.
What you thought
There's an island in Southeast Asia, split in two. Part belongs to Indonesia, the other is East Timor, which Indonesia forcibly seized 16 years ago. Since then, more than 200,000 Timorese have been massacred, exterminated, and nothing was done. But now that you know the other side of Indonesia, if you still plan to visit Java or Bali, do something about the situation. Even if it's only to raise your glass to the thousands of Timorese dying while you enjoy your trip in Indonesia.
Vi a notificação e quis saber quem eras. Pediste uma foto e disseste que pagavas. Era só aquele mês. Precisava de dinheiro. E depois foi só um jantar e fomos passear. Fiquei em tua casa e tu ficaste com a minha vida. E assim, invisível, eu sorria, à espera que tu desses o próximo passo, até que eu dei, pedi ajuda.
What you want You can hardly stand it though, but now you know it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop till you wise up. You're sure there's a cure, and you have finally found it. You think one drink shrink you to your underground and living down, but it's not going to stop. It's not.
Olá, mamã. Sou eu, a Ana.
Olá. Muito prazer, minha senhora.
Como estás, mamã?
Bem, uma tia minha veio visitar-me. Hoje pedi-lhe que me escondesse debaixo da cama.
Debaixo da cama?
Sim. O meu pai deve estar a chegar.
Did Andre sleep well? Brushed his teeth? Did he have breakfast today?
Sweet, sweet child.
Did Andre go to school?
Little baby, the black, black night will.
Did he?
Make of every little thing warm. Look here, lady, do you wanna see me
Break the silence. Speak out for children.